I just had to show 'em I didn't need 'em. And so I headed out west to see some old friends of mine. I thought if I'd climb up old Ajax Mountain, maybe that would help me get it all off my mind. I made it up to the top, picked out a clear spot. I thought a whole lot about the rest of my life. I had no idea then soon it would nearly end. Up on this mountainside I would nearly die. And they're all in Alabama, and they're all in Dixieland. God, I'm dying here in Montana. Please, Lord, just want to go back to hold her hand. Just let me get back to my old homeland. They said I'd never sing again. I learned a lot about my friends. 'Cause when you're shot down and out, you don't get many calls. But I saw some tears in some eyes. Soon my poor old mother would die. I nearly lost it all when I lost my grandpa. But you can find us all in Alabama. Yeah, we're all down in Dixieland. I didn't die out in Montana, no, Lord. You let me get back to my old homeland. And I'm gonna hold on to her hand. I've done a whole lot of searching, a whole lot of hurting, before I finally found my road in life. You gotta say things you wanna say, go on and do things your own way. You can climb any old mountain once you make up your mind. I made mine in Alabama, and I found mine down in Dixieland. I didn't die out in Montana, no, Lord. You let me get back to my old homeland. And I'm gonna hold on to her hand. Mr. Lincoln, I wish you were here. The Republic's changed a lot in 100 years. And I don't think it's working like you planned. Oh, Mr. Lincoln, we could use a hand. I just read the headlines in the Nashville News, and I wish I'd made this up, but I'm afraid it's true. 'Cause a man was murdered for his money in the street. He was taking his wife to a nice place to eat. When they caught the man, he did 23 months of time. someone, sir, you can get off scot-free. Oh, it's the latest thing, Mr. Lincoln, can you believe? Now they sue the manufacturers of the guns. Ain't the law changed a lot since 1861? Just heard the news story on the radio. They let dangerous men out of prisons now. Yes, sir, I'm afraid it's so. 'Cause they're overcrowded and it was only his 5th offense. Yeah, and this time he's killed someone. Does that make any sense? Now my lawyer called me about a nuisance case. 'Cause everybody sues over any little thing these days. Well, at least we're right. All we gotta do is tell the truth. He said, you're living in the past, you romantic fool. I said, you got that right. I lean toward the older ways. And there's damn few backwoods lawyers left today. Mr. Lincoln, I wish you were here. The republic's changed a lot in 100 years. And I don't think it's working like you planned. Hey, Mr. Lincoln, we sure could use a hand. Mr. Lincoln, please, could you come here? 'Cause things have changed a lot in 100 years. And I don't think it's working out like you planned. If the South would have won, we'd have had it made. I'd probably run for president of the southern states. The day Elvis passed away would be our national holiday. If the South would have won, we'd have had it made. I'd make my Supreme Court down in Texas, and we wouldn't have no killers getting off free. If they were proven guilty, then they would swing quickly instead of writing books and smiling on TV. We'd all learn Cajun cooking in Louisiana, and I'd put that capital back in Alabama. We'd put Florida on the right track, 'cause we'd take Miami back and throw all them pushers in the slammer. Oh, if the South would have won, we'd have had it made. I'd probably run for president of the southern states. The day young Skinner died, we'd show our southern pride. If the South would have won, we'd have had it made. A little Dixieland, boys. Oh, yeah. I'd have all the whiskey made in Tennessee, and all the horses raised in those Kentucky hills. The national treasury would be in Tupelo, Mississippi, and I'd put Hank Williams' picture on $100 bills. I'd have all the cars made in the Carolinas, and I'd ban all the ones made in China. I'd have every girl child sent to Georgia to learn to smile and talk with that southern accent. It drives me wild. You don't have to hide your baby, you don't have to go get no gun. Oh, how can you blame me for things I ain't never done? I used to live here and now I've come back again, just to stop for a while and think how things might have been. I had to come back to remember the joy and the pain. And if it's all right with you, before I get back on the train, I just want to see Montgomery in the rain. Around these streets and old houses, a whole lot of changes I've been through. From the top of the town to feeling down, washing cars and shining shoes. I once met a woman here with ways like I'd never seen, and we used to ramble from here to old New Orleans. I had to come back to remember the joy and the pain, but it won't be long till I'm gone, 'cause it ain't the same. But I did want to see Montgomery in the rain. I've just come back here to stare at an old window pane, for one last look before you tear it all down with your crane. You don't have to hide your baby, you don't have to go get no gun. Don't you stare like I'm crazy just 'cause I'm Hank's only son. I had to come back to remember the joy and the pain, but it won't be long till I'm gone, 'cause it ain't the same. So if it's all right with you, before I get back on the train, I'm gonna go out to Hank's tombstone and cry up a thunderstorm chain. I gotta see Montgomery